Welcome to Educational Information. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Harappan Civilization. This topic is very important for any kind of competitive examination or for any examination which we appear if we seek a job. The topic is also important from the perspective of civil examinations. So let's start the video. The Harappan civilization was one of the oldest civilization. It is one of the oldest civilization of Indian subcontinent and it is famous for the modern structures. Okay, the Harappan civilization is famous for its modern structures and it is an oldest civilization in the Indian subcontinent. And the very important thing is that the civilization is a Bronze Age civilization. So the important thing we have to notice, though the civilization is from the Bronze Age, but it had modern structures, and that is the main reason why this civilization is so popular. Now, why this Harappan name came into being? Actually, what happened? It is called Harappan because the remnants of the civilization was discovered first at the modern site of Harappa. This is the main reason. Okay, because the remnants of the civilization was first discovered in Harappa, that is why the civilization is known as Harappan civilization, and it is also known as Indus Valley civilization. The reason being the civilization flourished in the Indus Valley. So these two things we have to remember, that the civilization is known as Harappan civilization because the remnants of the civilization was discovered first at the site called Harappa, and it is also known as Indus Valley civilization because some archaeological evidences suggest that the civilization flourished in the Indus Valley. The history of the Harappan culture is very long, so we can subdivide the entire history of Harappan culture into three phases. The first phase is early Harappan phase. Timeline is from 3300 to 2600 BC. Mature Harappan phase 2600 BC to 1900 BC, and the late Harappan phase 1900 BC to 1300 BC. So this was in short about Harappan civilization. Now let us discuss how it was discovered. Now the discovery of Harappan civilization. It was a path-breaking discovery that relates us to the ancient India's way of life and lifestyle. It is not a result of a particular day, but it is a conglomeration of various archaeological findings. This point is important. The Harappan civilization is not discovered in a day. Actually, it is a conglomeration of various archaeological findings, and those findings were continuously done since 19th century. Okay, the first one being a British engineer, Sir Alexander Cunningham. He discovered a seal in the year 1853, and this marked the beginning of the discovery of Harappan civilization. The British engineer just discovered a seal, and the seal have some features. So what were the features? The seal was a smooth black stone without polish. Okay, it had a bull without a hump. Then there were two stars under the neck of the bull, and the bull was looking to the right. Above the bull there was an inscription of 6 characters. So these were the characters of the seal what Mr. Cunningham discovered. How was the seal? It was a smooth black stone without polish, and there was a bull engraved in the seal, and the bull had no hump. There were 2 stars under the neck of the bull, and the bull was looking to the right. And above the bull there was an inscription of 6 characters. Okay, so Cunningham came to know that the seal was not from India, or the seal cannot be from India. However, the seal stimulated the discovery of the Harappan civilization. In 1921, Rai Bahadur Dayaram Sahani first started excavating the Harappan site. So he is known as the discoverer of Harappan site. He did excavation in the year 1921, and following him Rakhaldas Bandyopadhyay or R.D. Banerjee did the same excavation for Mohenjo-daro in Sindh in 1922. Okay. After that, large-scale excavation was carried out at Mohenjo-daro under the supervision of Marshall in 1931. Again, the same site was excavated by Mackay in 1938. In 1948, Watts excavated Harappa. Mortimer Wheeler also excavated Harappa in 1946. So these were all done in the pre-independence period. And after independence, Suraj Bhan, M.K. Dhavalikar, B.K. Thappar, B.B. Lal, among many others also continued excavation works in the areas of Gujarat, Haryana and Rajasthan. Then in Pakistan also, F.A. Khan, A.H. Dani, M.R. Mughal and many others excavated many areas. Now let's discuss about the location of the Indus Valley. Where is Indus Valley located? The total area of the Harappan culture is accounted to be about 12,99,600 square kilometer. Okay, the central zone of the matured Harappan culture lay in the area of Sindh and Punjab in the Indus Valley. Okay, so the central zone of the matured Harappan culture lies in the area of Sindh and Punjab in the Indus Valley. And the geographical extent of Harappan civilization, it covers areas of Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Sind, Balochistan and the fringes of western Uttar Pradesh. It also extends from Shivaliks to Arabian Sea, from Meerut to Makran coast of Balochistan. So it is regarded as the largest cultural zone of the second and the third millennia of the world. This was all about the location of Indus Valley. So as it is a civilization, so there cannot be only one city, isn't it? So there were many cities of the Harappan civilization. Let's look at those. So when it comes to cities of Harappan civilization, the Harappa in Punjab and Mohenjo-daro in Sindh can be regarded as the most important. Okay, but at present both are present in Pakistan. Some other cities are Sanhudaro, Lothal of Gujarat, Kalibagan, and then Banawali. Banawali is situated in Hisar district of Haryana, and Banawali, Kalibagan show two phases of Harappan history, the early and the mature phase. Other than that, some other cities are Rangpur and Rojdi. Then Dholavira lay in the Kutch area of Gujarat, and in Ghagar of Haryana, another city called Rakhigarhi was present. Important thing is that both Dholavira and Rakhigarhi can be related to all the three phases of Harappan civilization. That means Dholavira and Rakhigarhi was present all throughout the history of Harappan civilization. So in Harappan civilization, the very important part is the town planning of Harappan civilization. The towns were very modern. It resembles today's structure. So it is very important to study about the towns of Harappan civilization. Harappan civilization can be discovered from its remarkable system of town planning. Okay, it is most unbelievable that such arrangement existed in the ancient time unless one studies the remnants of the town. Now, if we don't study, we cannot know that such modern structures were present at that time. Some of the important features of the towns were citadels, okay, houses, great bath, granaries, the drainage system. Now these were very important features of the town planning. Let's see what is citadel. Actually, the towns of the Indus Valley civilization had two parts, one higher part and the other lower part. The higher part was known as citadels or acropolis. Okay, the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had a citadel or acropolis mount built on a high podium of mud brick. The citadel is believed to be occupied by the ruling class. Now, ruling class used to dwell in citadels or acropolis. Now, how were the houses? The common people lived in the brick houses of the lower town that lay below the citadel. We can note that, see, at that time brick houses were there. It is amazing, isn't it? The houses were arranged in the form of grid system. There were roads cutting across one another almost in the right angles. Okay, everything was constructed very systematically and in a modern way. There was a great bath which is very popular. Okay, the great bath was the most important public place of Mohenjo-daro. It was present in Mohenjo-daro, and it may have been used for ritual bathing. Okay, and this is the dimension of the great bath. See, 11.88 meter by 7.01 meter by 2.43 meter. Very important. The floor of the bath was made of burnt brick, and there was a large well in the adjacent room, and also there was an outlet to drain out the dirty water. So one can easily imagine how modern they were. Side rooms were available to change clothes, see, and there were flight steps at either end to the surface. That means there were some steps from two sides down to the great bath. Another important feature of the towns were presence of granaries. The largest building in Mohenjo-daro is a granary. Okay, and what is the dimension? It is 45.7 meter long and 15.23 meter wide. And the citadel of Harappa, there were as many as 6 granaries. That means in the citadel of Harappa there were as many as 6 granaries, and the dimension is little different. It is 15.23 meter by 6.01 meter. So some kind of circular brick platforms are found to the south of granaries at Harappa. This might be used for threshing of grains. Drainage system. Almost all the cities had a good drainage system. Every house had their own courtyard and bathrooms. Very important. In Kalibagan, most houses had wells. The waters from the houses were flown to the big drains of the city. Altogether, the cities had a unique drainage system that were probably not present in any civilization of that time. So, dear friends, here I have a request for you. Please subscribe the channel to motivate us. This will motivate us very much if you subscribe the channel, and also please press the bell icon so that you can get notified. Okay, now let's dig into the social organization in Harappan culture. Social organization in Harappan culture. Archaeological evidences suggest that there was a hierarchy in the structure of urban settlement. There is no clear evidence of whether the hierarchy was based on occupational difference or socio-economic differentiation. The cities like Harappa, Kalibagan, and Dholavira had 3 distinct localities. The citadel was the first locality where the ruling classes dwelt. Lowest tower was the place where common citizens lived, and the middle settlements were meant for bureaucrats and merchants. Okay, so there were 3 actually classes: the ruling class, the common people, and the bureaucrats or merchants. How was the trade and commerce? So archaeological findings suggest that there were active trade and commerce in the Harappan society. The urban people used weights and measures. Okay, numerous articles used as weights were discovered in the excavation. Beside weights and measures, seals, uniform scripts were also discovered. They did not use metal money but conducted exchanges through barter system. No, they did not use any kind of money, no metal money, but they conducted exchanges through barter system. The Harappans carried out trade in metal, stone, shell, etc. Ornaments also. Okay, and within the Indus, however, they had commercial links with foreign lands like Afghanistan and Iran. Now, agriculture in Indus Valley. The Indus Valley was a fertile land as it was inundated annually. The Harappans sowed seeds in November and reaped their harvest in April. They cultivated wheat, barley, rye, peas, sesame, mustard, cotton, etc. Okay. Their plows were drawn by oxes and camels. Sickles made of stones were used for harvesting the crops. And one feature is that the Harappan villagers worked tirelessly to produce food in surplus, only for them, but not only for them, but also for the peoples who were living in the towns. Now, as that was a civilization, there must be some religious practices. A terracotta figurine of Harappa era showed that a plant was growing out of the embryo of a woman. Okay, the image may have portrayed the goddess Art and her connection with the origin and the growth of plant. So we can say that Harappans looked upon the Art as a fertility goddess and worshipped her. Besides that, you can see this seal. Okay, in this seal, it is showing a male deity. How was the male deity? The male god is represented on a seal. The god is represented to have three-horned head surrounded by an elephant, a rhinoceros, and a tiger. That means the god was surrounded by three-horned head surrounded by an elephant. Okay, sorry, the god was represented to have three-horned head. Okay, and the god was surrounded by an elephant, a rhinoceros, and a tiger. He was sitting on a posture of yoga. Okay, and below his throne there is a buffalo and two deer at his feet. So this is the seal. You can just have a look at it. No, the description is matching with the picture, isn't it? The Harappan people also worship trees and animals. The depiction of a deity is represented on a seal amidst branches of people tree. The most important animal is the one-horned animal unicorn. Next important animal that they worship is the humble. Okay, very important. No, one of the important animal is unicorn, no, humble, etc. Now there were several findings of seals and sealings. No, the seals were used widely in Harappan culture. About 2000 seals have been discovered. Seals were served as symbols of authority. Very important. Why they used seals? They used seals as symbols of authority, and it was used for stamping like today we do. They also did the same thing. Animals like unicorn, rhinoceros, goats, antelopes, crocodiles, and elephants were inscribed on the seals. Besides seals, there were few objects called sealings. At that time also people used to write. So some Harappan scripts were found in the findings. The earliest script of Harappan people was discovered in 1853. A complete script was found in 1923. Very important. No one should remember these things. Though the Harappans used written scripts, the scripts has not been deciphered till now. That means till now, the meaning of the script has not been deciphered. So it is not possible to say anything about the ideas or beliefs conveyed through those scripts. The writings are found to be on stones, seals, and other objects. And most important thing is that the scripts are not alphabetical but pictographic. They used pictures to convey messages. Okay, they did not have alphabets like we do today. Now, as we all have come to know that Harappan civilization was a very modern civilization, but it is not in existence today, isn't it? So what may be the reasons of its decline? No, there are many reasons of the decline of Harappa civilization. Okay, so many scholars believe in different way. So some believe that one of the factor is environmental factor. Okay, environmental factor. in 1700, it is believed by a scholar, okay, in 1700 the Yamuna and Sutlej is thought to move away from the Saraswati, and this may have lowered the water level and led to water scarcity. Rainfall decreased tremendously in those areas at that time, though this may be one reason. No, what will happen if rainfall decreases? There will be no agriculture, so there will be food scarcity. So that may be one reason. Then another one, human activities. Okay, it is said that the humans constructed dams in the Indus Valley of irrigational purpose, but due to heavy rain, the dam might have destroyed, leading to heavy flooding in Mohenjo-daro area. So due to the flood, many died. Several others shifted to some other places. This is another factor of the decline of Harappan culture. Again, there is another factor called emergence of Elam. Elam was a powerful state in 2000 BC. Okay, so due to the emergence of the Elam, trade and commerce with Mesopotamia along the long distance sea and land route was put on hold. The luxurious items like lapis lazuli, beads, etc. were traded through Elam, so which covered a substantial part of Iran and was located on the eastern boundary of Mesopotamia. So beads made of stones were also exported to Mesopotamia, and tin was imported to Harappa from Mesopotamia. So there was a trading, isn't it? Trading with Mesopotamia, but due to the emergence of Elam, these trades came to an halt. So this is also thought to be another reason. Loss of soil fertility. So some says that the soils had lost fertility and diminished cereal production, and this might have starved the urban people. Due to loss of aristocracy, the Harappan culture collapsed. According to Stott and Pigot, another factor is Aryan invasion. Okay, Aryans might have invaded the Indus territory and led to the destruction of the civilization. So this theory was put forward as it is commonly believed that Aryans were the next settlers, and they were skilled fighters and are also known for invading and occupying great cities. Then another theory suggests about climatic change. No, a huge climatic change or natural disaster occurred around 2000 BC. These changes might have caused flood or different natural calamities. The people of Indus might not be able to adapt to such change. Okay, and so the result was decline of Harappa. Xavier Kennedy also put forward another theory. According to him, an uncontrollable epidemic might have spread to the Indus. Due to lack of developed medical facilities, the entire population might have wiped out. So these were in short about the emergence of about the decline of Harappan civilization. Okay, just have a look of some pictures. This is, I have already showed, this is the seal showing a male deity, and see, this is the great bath of Mohenjo-daro. Now we have already studied how it looks till now. The remnants exist. Okay, these are the remnants of Mohenjo-daro. Okay, so with this we conclude our video. I hope you have understood. So I request everybody, please subscribe our channel so that we can make more such videos, and this will motivate us. And also don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get notified. Thank you. And if you want to read this article, please find the link in the description. Thank you.